Hello there, it's Divya Mystery here and welcome to this video, the 7 must-do things to grow your business. Now, it doesn't matter what stage of business you're at, these are applicable to you right now, here, today. Look, let's get right into these things. Number one is that you've got to go online with your business. Look, in this day and age, there is no way you can continue to consistently grow your business unless you're online. And that doesn't mean to say that you have to sell online. It can mean that you sell online, but you've got to have some level of leverage in your delivery and your communication in the way that you sell. And doing that online is the most leverageable way that you can do it, whether it's email marketing, whether it's Facebook, whether it's any other social media platform out there, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc. You've got to be online. Now look, to take your business online, if you're used to having an offline business, there's many things you can do, and to do it very quickly. Let's say, for example, you are a personal trainer. My sister's a personal trainer, and she's taken her business online by doing the personal training via Zoom calls, one-on-one Zoom calls. So she can do it from her house, they can do it from their house. It's nice and easy for people to continue working with her. Other ways you can go online is to create an online course, a mini course, or a main course with lots of content. You can create online mastermind groups. Let's say you've got a mastermind group offline and you want to take that online. Another client of mine is doing that. They are taking their offline mastermind group and putting it online because of the times that we're in. And look, maybe it's personal training and you're going to do that online. It's a mastermind group. You're going to do that online. Mini courses, you're going to do it online. You might do one-to-ones. You can still do that online. You might want to create audios and books, and some things you're going to have to stop. Like, for example, if you're doing retreats, you may be able to find a way of doing retreats online, blocking it out for a whole day where you're online, delivering it online. I've seen people do 3-day events purely online that they were due to deliver in person, do it online. The important thing is, most businesses can actually go online right now. And if you're not online yet, you need to get online because it's going to help you to grow your business more rapidly. Number 2 on the list is build funnels. Now look, this word funnels, what is a marketing funnel? A marketing funnel is a way for you to take people down a specific journey and filter out, without any distractions, and filter out who is ready to move forward, step forward, take the next step, and who's not. So a funnel would look like, let's use my hands, would look like this. You put lots of leads in the top, and out the bottom comes a small number of leads who become clients or upgrade and become higher paying clients, etc. And it's a perfect time to use funnels because right now people can't buy offline, and it's a great time for you to use. Even if you're watching this at a time where we're back to normality and you can buy offline, people still want to buy online. People still want to do that. And so when you're building a funnel, you want to make sure that funnel solves a specific problem. So it's a very specific product that you're selling to solve a very specific problem for a specific person. Each funnel must do that. And when you do that and you refine that and you get that really, really refined, you're going to make a lot of sales from that funnel, assuming you continue to put traffic into the top of the funnel and the right type of traffic. And so funnels are a great way of leveraging your expertise, leveraging what you know, leveraging what you've got, and selling more to more people. And it's a great way of doing that so you don't have to keep selling one-on-one all the time. You may still sell one-on-one, but you want to sell one-on-one to the higher paying clients. And so build funnels. If you've not got funnels in your business, start building. Here's the difference, right? Is if you come to somebody's website and they've got 15 different options on their website or things that you can buy, they're going to start scrolling through, looking, thinking, oh, which one shall I buy? And then some of them might sound similar, might also sound interesting to this person, more than one product, and they're kind of umming and ahhing, and they're like, oh, should I buy this or should I buy this? And I'm not really 100% sure. And then the phone rings, the doorbell rings, somebody calls them downstairs, their kids need their attention, etc. Something happens and you lose their interest. And then they go, you know what, I need to get on with this other stuff right now. I'm going to come back to this. And then what happens? They never do, right? Let's be honest, some people never come back and explore that again, or somebody else sends an email marketing campaign selling a similar kind of thing and they go and buy from that person because it was more specific and it was more talking to their specific needs and desires in that moment. So you need to create marketing funnels, right? And that attracts, for example, a funnel that I'm working on right now for a client of mine is how to attract private finance. And the lead magnet, the thing at the top that's free, needs to talk to that. The thing that they initially buy needs to talk to that. If there's any upgrades you offer, it needs to talk to that. And so by doing that, it solves that one specific problem. The whole funnel solves that one specific problem. But here's the difference. These funnels, they're not on your website, they're behind your website, and they're built in a way where people don't get distracted. There's one offer, one solution, one price point, and they can choose it or don't choose it. Some people do have more than one price point where they can upgrade to add coaching or something like that to it, but it's one problem, one solution, one funnel, right? And it's very specific, and you can use that to leverage and start to make more sales as a result of it. So number 2 is build online funnels. You can also take this content and take it offline later on again when you start to do offline things. If you're watching this when you're only doing offline things, then use what you do offline and turn it online, right? It's just an online sales process. Number 3 is add more value to current clients. Now, right now I'm recording this, and there's obviously this coronavirus, COVID-19 going around, and regardless of whether that's going around or not, here's the question you've got to ask is, how can I add more value to my current clients? I'm looking over here because I've got notes over here, and I want to make sure I cover everything. How can I add more value to my clients, especially in this time where the COVID-19, the coronavirus is going? How can I add more value to my current clients? Because look, these people are the people who stuck with you for a while, and you wanted them to continue to stick with you. And the number one thing that people lack right now is confidence, right? They have some fear, and they want love, and love is in the form of confidence. If you're a coach or mentor or expert or trainer or somebody like that, is they want confidence. They want to feel confidence from you. If they feel confidence from you, they're going to continue buying. They're not going to pull away from you. And so it's super important that you jump in there and just go, you know what, how can I add a bit more value to people? It might be adding an extra call in every week or every other week. It might be that you answer extra questions, just a little bit more available. Now, I know that puts pressure on your time, and I know that adds more to your list of things to do. But right now, it's a great time to solidify and let them know that they've made the right choice, okay, in this time. Because depending on where you live, which country you live in, things are different. In the UK, we're in lockdown right now. And so what that means for some people is they have or will lose their jobs, and that makes it a little bit more difficult for them to pay or continue to pay. And so you've got to be mindful of that and be like, okay, well, how do I add so much value? How do I add extra value that they don't want to leave? Because if they don't want to leave, they'll probably find a way to pay, right? Regardless of their situation with money. And just be generous with it and be loving and kind. So add more value to your current clients. Number 4. Right? Here we go. Number 4 is reduce barriers to buying. Now, if your business currently, particularly because of this COVID-19, is in a place where you're like, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough money coming in the next months to come, you might want to do this. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this. This is not a thing that you've got to do to continue growing your business, because you'll see in the next couple of steps, 5, 6, and 7, that actually if you've got the right, 5 and 6, sorry, if you've got the right type of clients, this probably won't be an issue. Here's the thing. If you do need a bit of extra cash quickly, or you want more buyers, you may want to reduce the barrier to entry. So as an example, I was having a conversation with a client about they were thinking of reducing their minimum in term that people invest with them. It's from 6 down to 3 months, right? From 6 down to 3 months. If you're going to do that, it's a brilliant idea. I've seen people do 6 months down to a minimum of 1 month. I've seen businesses go from charging $50, $90, $100 a month to giving stuff, all of that normal stuff away for free for a period of time. Now, here's the thing. When you look at these businesses out there that are doing things, for example, giving their membership site away for free for the next few weeks, And I've seen a business do this. I've seen several actually do this, and they'll have thousands of people join for free. Don't even need to give credit card details. Here's the thing, right? You've got to put that into the context of where they are at in business. This is not a time for you all of a sudden to go, right, I'm just going to give lots of stuff away for free. If you're a very small business, if you're earning enough money to live on, or a bit more money than enough to live on, you don't have tons of savings, right? And don't get me wrong, give more stuff away for free, and that's cool. But don't give it away at the expense of you getting paying clients. Because the worst thing you could do in your business right now is stop getting more paying clients. If you do that, if you start doing that, your business will crumble in this period. And you don't want that, right? This is going to pass. This is going to pass. You don't want your business to crumble. So lower the barrier to entry, great if you need to do that. And if you want to do that and you feel that's the right thing, and it will open up possibilities of new and previous clients and people who were previously on the edge jumping in. But do that in the context of your business. So for example, where big businesses have opened up their platform for free, you might not want to do that. And I would not recommend reducing your prices at all. Don't start discounting left, right, and center, but make the barrier to entry easier. Okay? So don't discount. Don't start to give it away for free unless you're in a position where that's okay, where you can sustain that in your business. If you've got a business turning over tens of millions a year, you may be able to sustain that, and that might be okay. If you're at 50, 60,000 pounds a year, you may not be able to sustain that. If you're at 500,000 a year, you may or may not be able to sustain that. It depends where your business is at. But don't just jump on the bandwagon of everybody else who's just giving tons away for free and go, this is what I got to do. If you have marketing that works, continue doing the marketing that works. Don't stop doing it, but maybe lower the barrier to entry to get some additional cash coming in, additional clients coming in, a little bit easier. Right? That's what you might want to do. So just be careful and put it into context of where you're at and where these other people's businesses are at. Number 5 on this list is reassess and adjust your ideal client avatar. Now, if things have slowed down for you in terms of inquiries and stuff, this will be the perfect time, even if it hasn't, by the way, this will be the perfect time for you to reassess, who do I really want to serve? Right? Who do I really want to serve? Who is my ideal client? Or maybe who is my new ideal client? It might have changed over a period of time. So, do you want to keep working with the clients that you're working with? Are you happy with that? Or do you want to change the clients that you're working with? Do you want to adapt and do something different and work with different clients? Because at this point, you can really look into your business, and you should do this regularly actually. Are you working with your ideal clients, or do you need to change who your ideal client is? Maybe your ideal clients are not actually your ideal clients. We're in COVID-19 period, the coronavirus is happening, and maybe you're seeing that clients are starting to drop off a little bit. That could be because of your product isn't serving them as well as they want it, or it could be genuinely the time that we're in, and therefore the type of client that you've currently got in your program or in your course or what you're mentoring or coaching or whatever you do. Think about this. If the client you attract is somebody who has a job and now they've lost their job, they might not be able to pay, and what you offer might be one of the things that they consider to remove. If your client has a high-paying job in a position that is critical for a business to continue running, the chances are they're probably not going to lose their jobs. They might see changes in their income, don't know, depends on the particular business, but they're probably not going to lose their jobs. CEOs right now will not lose their jobs. In fact, CEOs will be needed more than ever before to make strategic decisions right now, and they're the ones who will keep their jobs, and they won't really see much of a change in their income. Maybe their dividend payment will be different because the business doesn't perform as well, but they won't see a difference in their income, their normal income. They won't massively impact them, but it will massively impact the person who works, in a retail job, for example. They won't be able to work right now. So really think about, who's your ideal client? Who are they? Do they run a business? Are they a CEO? Who are they? Do you want to really think about changing that ideal client avatar? right now at this time. That goes on to, and if you do work on it, spend some time, allocate some time and work on it and think about how you can change that and move it so you're getting the better clients, the clients who are able to pay you through during this time and not worrying about paying you. Number 6 is to tell stories to the higher paying clients. Now we all know, and if you don't, I'm about to tell you, that in marketing, stories sell, right? If you tell a story, it sells. And so what's important here is to understand the type of story that you're telling people. I know that my ideal clients don't want a story of how I started and got to where I am now. They don't want that because that's not where they are. That's not how they're thinking. That's not the type. If I talk about that, I'm not going to get my ideal clients. So let's take an example. Let's say you are a personal trainer, right? And you want people paying you more than what they're paying you. I don't know how much a personal trainer earns. I don't know, £30 an hour, £40 an hour, £50 an hour, maybe £60 an hour. Probably somewhere in that region is an average. You might charge more than that. I don't know. But let's say you want to really accelerate how much you charge. You want to put packages together. You've got to sell the solution, not the bits. So don't say I'm selling you a six module package, right? That's the pieces. That's not the solution. And each training session is £30 an hour. Well, you're still selling your time for money. And the story that you use to sell that is time for money, right? So for example, if you're talking to a person wanting to get into shape, and they earn an average income, and right now they may lose their job, they may not. But the person who earns an average income, who goes to job in a normal job, let's say they're a teacher, for example, they go to work and they come home and they're marking their papers, etc., and they resonate with that kind of story. You might be telling a story to them about this, right? And you might be going, here's what I do in my program. I give you home recipes to make, and this is how it fits in with your daily lifestyle, and that will resonate with them, right? You're telling them about home recipes. You're telling them about working with you 3 times a week, and they're looking at that and they're valuing what you have to say. But let's say now you want higher paying clients. Well, higher paying clients might be CEOs of big companies. CEOs of big companies are not going to be thinking about how, can I allocate 3 to 5 to 10 hours a week of my time to implement this stuff. They're thinking, how do I make this as simple as easy as possible to get into better shape? They don't want to spend a load of time doing it. They want to spend the minimal amount of time doing it, and they're willing to pay more for the fact that it's a very small amount of time. So for example, if you're sending them food, they're going, go here and buy this food over here, so that you don't have to think about it. You don't have to cook it, etc., or it get delivered to your door. You just warm it up, etc. Done, right? Really simple. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. I'm not going to question you and go, what do you like? We just like people. You're going to, obviously you need to cater it for them for what they like to eat. But you're telling a story that, hang on a minute, you're telling them that this is the food that that's going to help you. And CEOs, for example, they don't want to go into the detail of why you need a certain mix of carbs and protein and fat, etc., and why you need certain nutrients in your body, etc. They don't want to know that stuff. I mean, they might in their spare time research it, but what they want is here is the solution. It's going to cost X amount. This is what I'm going to do with you, and these are the things, how much time you need to allocate, and this is how much it's going to cost. And you do the work, right? It's a done for you type thing. Now, the story you tell to them 2 different type of people, there's nothing wrong with either of them target markets, by the way. I'm just saying, if you want to attract the higher paying clients, the story you tell has to change. So the story about, the story is with the people who are, say, a teacher working in a job, and they have a certain daily routine, is different to the story of the CEO. The story to the CEO is very much focused on how they can upgrade their life without putting too much work into it. Whereas the story for the person who is, for example, a teacher, is how they start to understand these things to make their life better, right? So it's kind of de-stressing. It's getting into shape, is helping you de-stress, for example. It's helping you to output more. It's helping you to do it in your spare time, and you might need to allocate 5 to 10 hours a week, etc. And I'm going to show you how to do that, more of how to do it. Whereas a CEO wants to know, can I do this in 3 hours a week, a very specific amount of time. I'm happy to wake up early to do it, but I don't want to have to do the thinking around it. Don't teach me how, just tell me what to do and I'll get it done, right? But I'm willing to pay more for that solution. So the story you tell to these two people are different. Now, if you come from a background where you have been a teacher or somebody in a similar type of job, you're probably going to default to that kind of story that you're telling. So you need to think differently. You need to think transformation, not pieces, right? You don't need to think about the pieces of what's going on. You need to think about the transformation you're implementing. So with somebody in a much higher paid job that requires more of their time, they want to know that you can help them transform and get the results. Whereas people in a job like being a teacher or something similar to that, they want to know that what they're paying is value for money, in terms of they're going to learn stuff. They want to know the details, etc. Neither in the markets is wrong, right? Neither in the markets is wrong. But if you want the higher paying client, you've got to think like the higher paying client and give them the story that they want to hear, that actually doing these few things are going to help them to accelerate. Make it simple for them to understand, make it quick and easy for them to implement, and they're more likely to buy that way, right? So that's number 6. Tell stories that resonate with your ideal market. And number 7, by the way, I got that from a mentor of mine. Number 7 is take time out to relax and to make sound decisions on data and not how you feel. Now look, this is ever more relevant now than ever before in this time of COVID-19 coronavirus, but it's still relevant even if this would still be relevant even if this wasn't the case. Because here's the thing, most people, what they do is they're too busy in their businesses to sit back, take some time out to just relax, decompose, and just brain dump what they're thinking to clear their minds, to then not make a decision from fear. A lot of people react and make decisions on how they're feeling and don't allow themselves to process what is the best thing for me to do in this scenario right now. And most people don't make a decision out of data, they make a decision how they're feeling in business. And that just leads to more of what you've always got. And don't get me wrong, that might have got you to a certain point, but that's not going to get you to scale your business up. To scale your business up, I've seen this time and time again. I work with multiple businesses that are large, $500,000 plus, £1 million businesses. Some of the businesses I have worked with have been multiple 7-figure businesses. And the number one thing that I see is they're not people who just jump into ideas. They're calm, collected, and they're thought driven and they're data driven. And they don't let their emotions get in the way. And if they feel like that's going to happen, they take time out to just recharge, reconnect, get into a good place, and then use the data to make decisions. And I know that might sound boring, but here's the thing. If you want to grow your business, that's what you've got to do. You've got to take that time out. Take, for example, James Caan of Dragon's Den, right? He obviously is not one of the dragons anymore, but he was. And he takes, from my understanding, a weekend or a week or a weekend out every single month in one of his homes in another country. And that he just sits and relaxes and reads and writes things down and just allows himself to kind of dump everything out of his head so he can come back to the right things for his business. And that's what you need to do regularly, weekly in fact, if you can daily, and get back to that good place, that place where you feel good, so that you can make fearless, data-driven decisions instead of fearful, reactive decisions. You want to make proactive, fearless decisions instead of reactive. You want to make proactive, fearless, data-driven decisions instead of reactive decisions based on how you're feeling just in this moment. And I tell you what, the higher paying clients are understand this. And if you say, I just need to think about this for a day, they'll be like, that's cool. And they're cool with it. That's just, they're happy with that, because that is how you grow a business. It's by making sound, confirmed, non-fearful decisions. And this right now is more relevant than ever. But if you're watching this at a time where the coronavirus COVID-19 has passed and it's not a big challenge, it still applies. It's not changing anything. This is still sound business decisions that you make time and time again, not just because of the virus. Everything I've said in this, you should do this apart from obviously the reducing barriers to entry. Probably don't want to do that all the time. But all the rest of this, you need to do this consistently all the time, and you will grow your business as a result. Look, I hope you enjoy this. I really look forward to recording the very next one for you. And please do share this with people and let them know about this so they could grow their business.